young teachers, new teachers, to assimilate and become successful and to make the transition into the classroom and the schoolhouse. Well, the idea came up on the table. What we should have is maybe someone to direct that. Maybe principals and so on. They're involved with the evaluation and all that. Maybe a teacher who would really have passion for this and could establish a program that would fulfill these objectives with new teachers and professional growth. Well, they got pushed aside. And when we went through the next iteration of strategic planning, same issue came up on the table. Obviously, that was not an objective that we made much progress with. But the same issue gained a little bit more traction. And during that next cycle, we established what we now have at Westminster that is called the Center for Teaching and Learning. It's directed by a teacher who has released time to direct it. And it has taken off at our school as an embedded professional growth plan that really is making a difference. We're very grateful for it. But it all started at a table like this, where we said, what we're doing isn't really working very well. And then ideas kind of percolated, but it just like Stephen Johnson said, sometimes it takes time. It took time for that idea and some of those ideas to actually come to fruition, but they didn't come. So that's my prayer for you too, as you spend time working together, and when you're dealing with these issues, that ideas will come to the surface. And not all of them will be automatically implemented or even accepted. But the interchange, over time, could make a change in your school. So, that's a hope and a reason why a process that involves 40, 50, 60 people is important, because that's how ideas can, in this collaborative environment, can come to the surface. Okay, another aspect of strategic planning that must be dealt with. Brutal realities. Brutal realities. Those are the realities that just won't go away. You would like them to, but they will not, and they have to be dealt with. When I think about brutal realities in the world of Christian education in general, kind of the big picture, there are some. One of them is that Christian schooling in the United States is in decline. That is a brutal reality that cannot be denied. More schools are closing than starting. The national Christian school organizations are losing membership, not gaining. And I know that in our community, Christian schools have closed over the last 3, 4, 5 years. And I think that is true in many communities. The movement itself needs God's blessing, but that also means that it takes God's people to deal with that brutal reality. This is true. Why? What do we do so this doesn't happen in our school? So that's a brutal reality. I think another brutal reality in the world of Christian education is just an economic one. Especially since 2008, the economic forces in place that affect schooling have been great. And I think this has really created a climate where especially young families are questioning, can we do this? And I see that with my own kids, my own adult kids and our grandkids. Now they have made the choice for Christian education, but it's not as if they did it as quickly as we did it, and certainly as quickly as my parents did. When there was just no choice, you just sent your kids to the Christian school. But now I find that young people, 30s, 40s, maybe they have 2 or 3 kids, they'll do the math today. Well, what's tuition this year? Oh, we've got 2 kids, 3 kids. Play that out. Tuition goes up 2 or 3%. I I guess we taught them so well they can actually do that math. I don't think I was able to do that kind of high-level math. When we had 3 kids we were sending through the Christian school. But they do it today. And they add it all up, and it's a staggering number. And they're asking the question, can we do this? Is it possible? That's an economic reality during my lifetime in Christian education that is much different. And it's hard, but it's another one of those realities that needs to be dealt with. I think we're in more of a consumeristic age, where parents are more, again, I know I'm the old guy, I'm thinking back to my days, but my youth as well. It used to be that if it was a Christian school, that was most important. That was why you made the choice. But today, and I know this is true in our community, maybe yours is different, but parents are asking, that's a given. You're a Christian school, that's a given. But what's the quality of your science program? What are your AP tests look like? What is the strength of your fine arts program? What's the environment like for my son or daughter? It's the value proposition. I've been in this, as a head of school for 36 years. I never even heard the term value proposition until about the last 5. But now you hear it all the time. The value proposition.